Let's talk about how you can get around Bali with kids. Now, before we went to Bali, we were quite worried about how we could go around Bali with kids, but the good news is that it's quite easy, and generally there are two ideal options for tourists, especially with kids. Number one is using the ride-hailing apps like Gojek and Grab. These are great apps for short trips and point-to-point transfers. Note for parents with kids below 5 years is that you can generally book a normal car and not necessarily a family vehicle with car seats within these apps in Bali, as the road rules here are not as strict. Now, a personal tip here is that I generally prefer to order a 6-seater car, even if I'm traveling with like maybe 2 to 3 people, as it's bigger and offer a lot more room for our kids to move around the vehicle as well, because the traffic in Bali can be quite extensive and will take quite long to get from one place to another, even for a short trip of a few kilometers as well. Number two is hiring a private driver. If you're going to a remote attraction like Bali Safari or Uluwatu Temple, it is a good idea to hire a driver. This will give you more flexibility and comfort, especially if you have young children. Now, with private drivers, our experience has been that you have two options. One is a driver who's actually a tour guide as well, which is more expensive than the second option, where you're actually hiring a private driver in increments of 6 to 12 hours and you can dictate the places you'd want to go. For example, in the case of Bali Safari, we just hired a private driver with a bus for our big family because it's really difficult to find a driver through ride-hailing apps like Gojek or Grab from Bali Safari back to town. With all that said, you can book your own private drivers or tour guides right now via the links in the descriptions below this video as well. Number 5. Packing tips for parents with kids when going to Bali. Now, a packing tip for your kids, apart from essentials like clothes, toiletries and sunscreens, do also bring your own preferred diapers, because Bali may not have the diapers that your baby is used to. For example, our baby uses Mary's, so we packed one large pack of Mary's when we went there for about 4 to 5 nights. The good thing here is that by the end of the trip, you have that extra luggage space to bring back souvenirs and your shopping items. Now, the next thing is to bring milk powder if your child is not yet drinking fresh milk as well. And if your child is drinking fresh milk, then do also bring along your own packets of milk that your child is used to, just in case Bali doesn't have the type of fresh milk that your child drinks as well. Now, for moms out there, this is from my wife. If you're still pumping, think about the extra spaces you need for the breast pumps and parts, and also sterilizing options. Now, for sterilizing options, we have seen our friends use tablets as well, but we still prefer to use the handy sterilizing bag, as you see here, because it's more convenient for us, and also act as an extra space for clean bottles and teats as well. Now, a small tip here is that since you'll be bringing a lot more things with you, you should think about buying extra luggage weight for your flight in advance, especially if you're traveling on budget flights like Scoot, Jetstar or AirAsia, which are really strict in terms of the weight of your bag as well. All in all, pack the things that you know you and your kids must have, but not sure if you can get them in Bali. And you can get the rest of the other things like extra clothes or snacks from malls with grocery stores or family stores like Mothercare in Bali as well. And that wraps up the 5 things of how to travel to Bali with kids. Number 1 is staying at a hotel with direct access to the beach will help the entire family to have plenty of good times of playing, eating, relaxing, and sleeping. Unless you and your family prefer to have a full kitchen, in which case a villa might make more sense for you. Number 2, there are so many food options in Bali, and we would recommend for you to go eat at proper malls, local restaurants, brunches, and warungs with good reviews, to avoid getting that Bali belly, which is essentially upset stomach or diarrhea. And you also have the options to purchase fresh produce from grocery stores and supermarkets throughout Bali if you're cooking for your younger ones as well. Number 3 is attractions. While you and your kids can enjoy hotel facilities like children's pools and kids club, other attractions like water theme parks, arcades and malls will be the closest attractions in the main city areas, while Bali Safari and cultural attractions are great ways to delight your kids with new experiences as well. Number 4 is transport. Getting around Bali with kids is quite easy with ride-hailing apps for short trips, while you'd want to actually hire a private driver or tour guide for more remote attractions like Bali Safari, Uluwatu Temple, or even Ubud as well. Number 5 is packing, and the main thing about packing is to pack the main necessities you and your kids must have, like diapers, milk, or even breast pumps, and get the rest of the optional things at different malls in Bali that generally have grocery stores or family stores like Mothercare there as well. Thank you for watching this video about how to travel to Bali with kids. Like and subscribe for more lifestyle videos with great tips for parents with kids and travels in Asia.